Alright, this is a much better camera angle. I think this should be good for everybody. But hello everybody, welcome back to the Free Time to PNG podcast, man. Episode 3, season 4. We had a little bit of I don't even know, man. I had a guest scheduled for today, right? I don't know what happened. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what happened. So we just gonna keep going with the show, man. On today's episode, I don't really have that much to talk about because there's not really a lot of stuff really going on. I was gonna come at y'all Monday with an episode, but it was Labor Day and I did not feel like doing that. So I was just figured, like, you know what I'm saying, just take the you know what I'm saying, let me see, because I ain't got class on Friday. I can't speak for y'all, but I know me personally, I don't have class on Friday. So it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just take the 4-day weekend and, you know, study, do what I gotta do. I was having car trouble, man. I had to get that fixed. Damn, it was just crazy. But yeah, man, welcome back everybody. Free Time, season 4, episode 3. It's just me today, y'all. We just gonna, you know, chop it up real quick. I'm gonna get y'all in and out, man. Don't really have that much to talk about. But before we get into the show, I want to thank the sponsor for this episode, Spotify for Podcasters, again, for sponsoring this episode, sponsoring this season, making this show possible to give it to you guys. You know, I was gonna I'm gonna stay on the script, but I'm gonna kind of deviate because, you know, Spotify for podcasters. I had a few people coming to me and ask me like, "Yo, I'm looking to start a podcast. Like, what's the first thing I do? Like, how do I get that started? Like, you know what I'm saying?" So I would tell them just download Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Download Spotify Podcasters is a good way to, you know what I'm saying, get your RSS certification, be able to put your podcast on multiple platforms. I feel like that's the most important thing that you can do as far as like a content creator today. If you can have it on multiple avenues, you got multiple ways for people to get to it, and you're more accessible, it's going to look good in the long run. So shout out to Spotify for Podcasters for sponsoring this episode. And you know what I'm saying, let's get into it, man. So kind of staying on the subject as far as like podcast production, right? So I got English composition too. We got a little project in there right now. We working on actually a podcast. And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Eric first before anything. You know what I'm saying? My English composition professor, man. He, you know what I'm saying? He's really teaching me a lot as far as like how to better structure a show, how to produce a show, like the aesthetic, the theme, the way you want it to feel. I know I don't have the, you know what I'm saying, the huge layout and the, you know what I'm saying, the production of some of these other podcasts, but sometimes I feel like the connection with your audience is more important than like how it looks, and you know what I'm saying? So we gonna get to the point where we got all the things that we need to truly like make this what I see it being. But for what it is right now, I showed him a few episodes. He was rocking with it. You feel me? He said it is very intimate with you and your audience. You feel me? And that's the most important thing, because he told me, and this really like just changed how I look at the whole just podcast thing, right? So the thing about having a podcast is not how many people you get to listen, it's how many people you can constantly get to return and listen to you. It's about creating a relationship with the audience. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really the most important thing, especially when I'm looking back at, you know what I'm saying, how I started the first episode. The first episode was literally, you know what I'm saying, like almost, let me think. I would say like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, damn, that's crazy. Almost like a year and a half. I'll probably say like a year and a half I did the first episode. I got an anniversary coming up or something. I know I do. I know I'm not tripping. But getting people to come and continue to listen to your podcast is always the most important thing. Like, you want people to not only be invested, but you want to be as authentic as possible. You don't want to force no relationship. And that's really the most important thing as far as this. Like, I appreciate everybody that comes in the live, everybody that watches the YouTube live stream the next day. I appreciate everybody that's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you know what I'm saying? Just showing love, man. So with that out the way, man, we're going to get into it. So I don't know if y'all know, right? But Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, they came together on First Take, you know what I'm saying? It's the collab everybody been waiting on, man. If I were to look out, right, into like the sports broadcasting world and give you two names of people that are, you know what I'm saying, kind of like the voices for sports media, or just, you know what I'm saying, two of the most recognizable faces in sports media, it will arguably be Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe. So as you know, Shannon, he left Undisputed a few months ago, and with that came a lot of speculation as to far as what his next move was, and the rumors were like, oh, he's going to go to ESPN, or he's about to continue to do his own podcast, or whatever the case may be. But shorter than we expected, we found out that he was going to, you know what I'm saying, take his talents to ESPN and join Stephen A. Smith. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but ESPN, they let go of a lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? They let go of a lot of personalities. Like, let me see, I think they got rid of Jalen Rose, Max Kellerman. It's a few other names that I'm forgetting, but just, Mark Jackson, Stan Van Gundy, that whole finals crew is really gone. So ESPN is kind of like in a bare bones situation right now. They don't really have all the personalities that they did previously, which made them, you know what I'm saying, more appealing. But when you look over at FS1, you got, you know what I'm saying, Mike Vicks, Collins, Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless, you know what I'm saying, all these former people from ESPN that's going over to, from ESPN that's going over to Fox. It's kind of like, you know, but then Shannon, you know, everybody saw the altercation he and Skip had. I'm not saying that is the defining moment, the thing that ended it, but I would say, like, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, they worked together for 7 years, and Shannon, he grew his platform and he grew his brand into something that's, you know what I'm saying, that transcends the show. You feel what I'm saying? So it was only a matter of time, before Shannon Sharpe left FS1 and did his own thing. So he got with Stephen A. Smith, man, and I like it so far. I know it's only like the first 2 days. He's only there on Mondays and Tuesdays, but from what I've seen, the chemistry that Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith have is going to be, you know what I'm saying, it's good. Like, I'm looking at it like, it's kind of like a relationship, right? It's exactly like a relationship, right? So two people, you know what I'm saying, they're going to get together, right? You know what the person is bringing to it, but you don't really have an idea until you start to mess with them, right? So in this situation, we know who Stephen A. Smith is. We know who Shannon Sharpe is. You feel what I'm saying? We both know that they are dominant personalities. They passionate about whatever topic they cover, and they going to make sure that their point is heard, right? So when I first seen the first episode, right, it was Monday. It was Monday. Wait, no. Was it Monday? Yeah. It was September 3rd. And just seeing the initial interaction, you can see the respect that they have for each other as analysts, right? It's going to be a few things that they're going to have to work out. But as from what I see right now, it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. It's definitely brought a lot of people back over to ESPN to watch First Take with Shannon Sharpe being there. And I think the fact that he's there Mondays and Tuesdays is kind of, let me see, what's the word? It's adding more, like, value to his appearances, because it's like, we only get him Monday and Tuesday. You feel me? But the idea of what Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith going to talk about, they're following college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays. You feel me? So it's like the subjects they're going to be able to talk about is going to be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to want to watch that, because especially when the Cowboys start losing, there's going to be some Skip Bayless jokes. When they're going to be making their predictions, college football, we done seen it already. You feel me? We done had a huge college football weekend. Colorado, everywhere. Colorado University is everywhere. Like, I know it's the first game, but the noise that they were able to make nationwide is insane. You feel me? And it's kind of like, I really hope that they are able to sustain this. But let me get back on topic, because that's the next thing. But from what I see, Shannon Sharpe, Stephen A. Smith is going to work. You feel me? It's going to be a partnership that's going to benefit not only ESPN, but their own brands. And it's only going to cement their legacies as two of the best sports personalities that we've ever had. And that's honestly just what I believe. It's something everybody's wanting to see. Everybody's wanting to see Stephen A. Smith and, you feel me, and talk about LeBron and MJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the team in the NFL is. Like, that's just interesting. You feel me? So Shout out to Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, man. They did their thing. But moving on to the next thing, man. I want to get into Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter. If you don't know who Travis Hunter is, I guarantee by the end of this college football season, you will. You feel me? But if you're not, I'm going to fill you in, though. Travis Hunter, was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He went to Jackson State University last year. He was the first 5-star D1 recruit to commit to an HBCU, which was a really big deal at the time because if you know, it's those same schools like Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Florida. Just off the top of my head, and I'm thinking that when you think of the college football recruiting process, those are the schools that, are known for attracting them D1, 5-star certified NFL draft-bound players, right? But the one thing that kept Travis Hunter from going that route, that SEC, ACC, Pac-10, Big 12 route, was Deion Sanders. I feel like their relationship and just the connection that him and Deion were able to form at Jackson State, just, seeing everything that they've been through too, because it's kind of like you take a Jackson State University, a school that hadn't seen that much notoriety in its program history, because I didn't even know that was a school. You feel me? Or wait, hold on. Let me not say that. I knew it was a school, but I didn't know that it was a school that would be known for its athletics in a product that it puts out. But when you brought Deion Sanders and Travis Hunter into this equation, you create national buzz. And even though Deion and Travis and Shedeur, even though they're not there no more, you feel what I'm saying? Jackson State is on the map because of what they did in that short amount of time. So you take Travis Hunter, right? Deion Sanders, arguably one of the greatest athletes in college football history. He was able to play both sides of the ball. He ran football. He ran track. He played football. He ran football too. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best DBs of all-time Hall of Fame DB. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing all of this at Florida State. You take a Travis Hunter, he might not have done the same things athletically, as Deion Sanders, but when you look at them, it's a mirror image. You feel me? So, of course, that connection is going to be made between Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders. When you look at, how they play, how versatile they are, their ability to create and generate a buzz, it's perfect. It's perfect for Colorado football. It's perfect for black coaches. It's perfect for just the narrative around college football right now. I feel like that's something that's just really, really good. And, last week, they beat TCU. Granted, TCU, we saw what they did when the lights were on last year in the college football championship game. We get that. We feel what you're saying. But the fact that the national runner-up was beat by a team that only won one game last year really says a lot about what Deion Sanders has done for the Colorado program, what he's going to do, because I don't feel like TCU is just the beginning and end fluke win. You're going to have some struggles in the season here and there, but I don't see Deion and Travis, I don't see them really falling off. And Shedeur threw for 510 yards, and Deion has the ability to really connect with his team. Like, if you've seen the videos of him talking to the team at Jackson State, if you've seen videos of him in the workout room, the way he breaks the huddle down, you can tell that every single player on that Colorado team is invested in what he's saying, not only because, you feel me, he has gained the respect of that locker room. He gained the respect of Travis Hunter. He got his son respect. He got all the players that was at Colorado with the last regime. He got their respect. You feel me? So it's kind of like really the sky's the limit with Colorado. So we going to see where that goes, man. But segueing into the next thing. So Rich Paul recently went on, where did he go? He went on Gil's Arena, right? He went on Gil's Arena, and he had a few things to say. He had some things to say in regards to the situation with him and Stephen A. Smith, but he also spoke on the GOAT debate, the obvious GOAT debate. Not obvious because I don't know why Kobe isn't included in it, but he spoke on LeBron and just the idea of him facing more scrutiny than Michael Jordan, right? I don't have the exact quote exactly, but it's along the lines of, because LeBron is involved in a 24/7 news cycle, because everything that he do is televised and followed his whole life. We've literally been able to see LeBron James go from an 18-year-old high school prospect to 40-year-old possible greatest player of all time leading scorer, whatever the case may be, right? So Rich is saying that LeBron is the greatest because not only has he been able to overcome that scrutiny, but he's been able to adapt to it, and he's been able to constantly persevere. You feel me? He's saying he's not taking anything away from Jordan, but he's just saying the path that LeBron has had to take has been harder than Jordan, right? So before I get into this, I want to say I appreciate the fact that while LeBron is his boy, he also gave Jordan his flowers too. He acknowledged the fact that Jordan has had some critiques about him and the way that he plays and the way that he leads a team. But when you look at LeBron, I mean, it's hard to argue against it. LeBron was 18 years old, how old was he in 2003? 18, 19 years old, right? He high school, he's getting compared to Magic Johnson. He's a Magic Johnson. He's a what is he? They say he's a Michael Jordan with Magic Johnson passing ability, right? He's 18 years old. He hasn't played a minute of NBA basketball. His games are nationally televised. People all around the country know about him. And this is in 2003. This is before social media. This is before Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you use. This is before any of that. And LeBron is gaining national attention. He's darn the chosen one. You feel what I'm saying? And I went back and I looked at just some of the interviews, and it's this one interview in particular that he did with Dan Costas, right? And Dan Costas asked him straight up. He was like, how do you feel about the possibility that if you aren't a Hall of Famer, that your career is a bust? And and just seeing that kind of in my opinion, validates Rich's opinion, because it's like when Michael Jordan came out, in your pre-draft report or the scouting report, there's going to be some things that they critique about you, some things that they say, I don't know if as an NBA team I want to pick them up. You feel me? It's going to be some weaknesses to your game. But when you look at that versus LeBron and the amount of pressure that he had, it's hard to really compare that, because Jordan is universally praised. It's only until recently that people have come out and spoken in critique of Jordan because of the way he led a team, the gambling problems, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, whatever critiques you have about Jordan, it's only been until recently that people have started to publicly voice these opinions. But when you look at a player like LeBron James, LeBron has his whole career been critiqued. You know what I'm saying? His first run in Cleveland, he's unable to get over the hump. You feel me? Some of that is kind of blamed on his team, but for the most part, the consensus idea was that it was LeBron's fault. You're the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? You got all these expectations on you. There's no reason why you shouldn't be performing the way you should be. You get to the finals, you get swept by the Spurs. That's understandable. But when you look at the team he had to drag there, I feel like that really gets lost in the shuffle sometimes. When you have Skip Baylesses and, you know what I'm saying, and really Skip Bayless is just the main one that I think about when I think about a LeBron hater. There are other ones out there. There are definitely other ones out there. There's a lot of OGs that hate on LeBron. They say they respect him, but they hate on him at the same time. But it's just when you look at that compared to Jordan, bro, it's not even really a debate. I really feel like this is the one aspect of the Michael Jordan, LeBron James GOAT debate that isn't arguable. I can't argue with you about that, because it's like, not only was the world technologically different, but LeBron is you feel me? You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. LeBron has had to overcome more. LeBron has been in the public light more. than Michael Jordan. This is the only part of the GOAT debate that we can really argue. I would love to get on here and we can argue about anything else. I'm fine with it. We can do a 2-hour show dedicated to just LeBron or Jordan. We can do that all day. But when it comes to the amount of media coverage and the amount of criticism that both players have had to face, it's LeBron, obviously. So respect to Rich for not taking away anything from what Jordan was able to achieve in his career, but also looking at LeBron and just who he is in the world that we live in today and all the stuff that he's had to overcome, right? So that's that. And I'm going to just segue into the next thing. So, I don't know who in here watches wrestling. Drop it in the comments if you do. But over the weekend, or was that last weekend, CM Punk got fired from AEW, right? This was over a backstage altercation. It was said between CM Punk and Jack Perry. Punches were thrown. People were fearful for their lives. Tony Khan said he was fearful for his life. And CM Punk and Jack Perry, respectively, had to be removed from the arena because of this incident. So when I'm looking at this, right, first, let me get into my problem with AEW, right? And this has really been my problem since the beginning, right? I got two main problems. My first problem is that your executive vice president, your board, is wrestlers, people that's currently employed to your roster today. You feel what I'm saying? Kenny Omega, it was Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Hangman Adam Page. Those are your executive vice presidents. That's the elite. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, from the very beginning, 2019, before they even aired a show, it was problematic because you got this conflict of interest because you got people that's powerful and they're in the product. It's like a movie director starring in the movie. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I take Denzel Washington. I'm not saying he would be a problem, but I'm saying it's like you take Denzel Washington, you take Robert De Niro, you take Al Pacino, just to name just 3 actors off the top of my head. You take them 3, you put them in a situation where not only are they in control of what you see in the product, but they're actually in the product themselves so that they can make the changes, whatever change they want to make, they can make it when they want to. And that's what the elite are able to do. They're able to influence the backstage politics or whatever the case may be, and they're relatively young wrestlers. And they have the ability to determine with Tony Khan where the product goes and where it don't. So back to CM Punk. Before he came back to AEW, before he came back to just the world of professional wrestling as a whole, CM Punk was gone for like 7 years, I'll say. So while he was gone, just the world of wrestling has changed. He come back into this workspace where it's kind of like favoritism a little bit. It's kind of like we're not gonna stop it because it's like, how can we? It's encoded in what we like. It's been here since the beginning, so it's kind of like you can't really stop it. You feel me? So it's kind of like CM Punk. You gotta, being CM Punk, he's combative. He gonna speak his mind. He gonna say what he have to say. If you know CM Punk, you know that he is going to always, you know what I'm saying, get whatever he has on his chest off. So you mix that with the idea of favoritism and selective opportunities at AEW, and you get this clash, this button head between these two, this group of people that have influence over the whole roster. So I guess it kind of just reached to a boiling point. The report says that CM Punk told Jack Perry before his match for the FTW Championship that he shouldn't use real glass when he's trying to perform a spot. So from what I see, CM Punk trying to give Jack Perry some advice. Jack Perry was like, basically like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want to do. And he went out and he made a promo about it. CM Punk didn't like this. It got physical. People backstage started to fear for their, you know what I'm saying, their well-being or whatever the case may be. And they both had to be escorted from the arena. 2 days after that, CM Punk was terminated. And now, not only is the wrestling world waiting for his response to him being fired, but I think they're going to be waiting on like what his next move is. A lot of people saying that he should go back to WWE and I'm gonna just stop right there because I don't know if he is ready to come back in the WWE landscape, especially with where it is right now. You feel me? WWE is an entirely different place than he left it. It's a lot of like changing parts. Like Triple H, he's in charge of creative or whatever case may be. He wouldn't have to worry about Vince McMahon as much, but CM Punk and Triple H, they still got their own problems. So it's kind of like, are they going to be able to sit down in the room, just the two of them, and put the past behind them and truly speak on like what is best for business? Because while CM Punk can draw money to the attraction, but we have to look at where it is right now. We don't know if CM Punk comes back to WWE. Not only is he like up, like he's almost 50. He probably only got a few more years left, and it's a lot of wrestlers right now that are going to lose opportunity if CM Punk comes back because he's going to be a marquee name. CM Punk is a name that you put on a ticket, is going to sell. It's like if you put Floyd Mayweather, Anthony Joshua, Conor McGregor, these are names that's going to sell. These are names that's going to bring people in to see what you have going on, especially when you have a reunion like CM Punk and WWE, something that we never thought was going to happen. He's gonna jump the line. It's the beast. I'm sorry. It's the what's that saying? It's just the beast, bro. It's just the way that the beast is built, I guess. Like you can't stop that. I'm sorry. So we don't have any reports, but CM Punk, he says that he already had, like, from people close to CM Punk, they already say that he has plans for a return, a possible feud with Kevin Owens. It doesn't say anything about the world title picture, but that's just something that's in the back of my mind because it's like when you bring CM Punk back, you don't want him to just be in the mid card. You feel what I'm saying? CM Punk is a main eventer, and especially if he comes back to WWE, he's gonna feel like he's old or he just wants the opportunity to do something that he never did his first time around, which is be that marquee name that's main eventer WrestleManias and pay-per-views or whatever the case may be. So it's definitely a lot to look into as far as the CM Punk situation, but by the time next week come and the next episode come, it should be some more to talk about on it. But for right now, we're going to leave that where it is. Me personally, as a fan, I would love to see CM Punk come back, but I know that with them, it's a lot of egos involved, so we just going to have to see where that goes, man. But shifting gears again, man. I hope everybody's well, man. I really hope everybody's been taking care of themselves. I hope everybody had a good Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? I hope it wasn't no like shoot-ins or your car was getting striked. None of that. I hope you good. I really hope you good. So, over the weekend, it was this video that went viral of this lady that got hit upside the head with a brick. So, before, I feel like with every situation you need context, right? I don't know who this lady is. Nobody knows who this lady is, but I just feel like violence against women is insane. But when I look at the context of what happened, she was going around harassing people outside the club, hitting certain people, or whatever the case may be. And I think that she just ran into the person that wasn't meant to be tried that day, I guess. And she ended up going viral for having a giant knot on the side of her head. And again, when you watching this, I do not condone violence against women. I don't at all. I don't like it. I think it's disgusting. I don't think it's any place for it. But let me think about this. And especially it being a man, I feel like as a man, you have to be able to walk away from certain situations and just be the bigger person. You can't always respond and do everything that you want to do, because 9 times out of 10, even if she was outside harassing people and she was intoxicated and she's known for causing trouble, I feel like if you know who she is and what she does, you need to just leave her to the side, let her do what she do, and you just stay on yours. You just do what you got to do. You feel what I'm saying? It's a very sad situation. I hate that happened to her, but it's like, damn. On both sides, I feel like both sides are at fault. As a man, you shouldn't be hitting no woman, especially with a goddamn brick. You could have killed her. And as a woman, I feel like you shouldn't just be putting your hands on men unprovoked. That's just my opinion. That's really just how I feel about it. We don't want nobody to get hurt at the end of the day. We want everybody to be able to go to the cookouts and go to the clubs, go to the lounge, go get you some hookah, go do whatever you finna do. But we want everybody to make it home safe at the end of the day. So it's kind of like, when I'm looking at the situation, dude, you shouldn't have hit her in the head with a brick. You could have killed her. You feel me? Violence against women isn't accepted. But then when I look at the other side, I'm looking at people are saying that she's a repeated troublemaker. She was harassing men outside the club, hitting men, whatever case may be. And there is a video to support this. I did see it. I'm not just talking on my ass. She was, you know what I'm saying, touching on some folks some type of way. But then again, that's why I say it's fault at both sides. Don't just keep your hands and your feet to yourself. We too old. We just too old. So hope she's okay. She getting famous off of this, so I mean that's a good thing for her. I'm pretty sure like that shit hurts every day. You can't sleep on your side because it's like you got this big knot on your head, and you know it's just nasty. It was nasty. But speaking of knots on the head, right? So I don't know if y'all know, man, but you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like the greatest UFC player to ever walk this earth. And I'm bullshitting when I say that, but I am one of the best. I am one of the best. If you came to my spot and you like, cut on that UFC, we gonna get on there. But most of the time, I don't think you're gonna like the outcome, because it's like I've been playing UFC mixed martial art games since. Let me see. The first one I played was UFC Undisputed 3 on Xbox 360. I played that. You feel me? I just like just the martial arts. I like, you know what I'm saying, mixed martial arts. I like boxing. I like combat sports. But the UFC EA series has held a special place with me because it's like it was my first experience really diving into a game, really just playing it. But we got the reveal for UFC 5 today, man. I just feel like this is a great year for video games. It's going to be a great year for video games. Israel Adesanya, the middleweight champion, is on a deluxe cover. If y'all don't know who that is, you know what I'm saying, do your research. That's the last style bender, man. He was on the cover of UFC 4 with Jorge Masvidal. And on the standard edition is Valentino Shevchenko and Alexander Volkanovski. But we're not just talking about the cover. We talking about the game, right? I read from Insider Gaming, this game is going to be rated M for mature. There has never been a UFC game that's been rated M for mature. But when you look at MMA and kickboxing in real life, it's definitely not meant for people that are, you feel me, people that are faint of heart, because it's broken bones, it's broken legs, it's elbows, it's knees. You can get knocked out, you can get your arm broken, get your eye bust out, lip bleeding, you feel me? And that's where EA is going with that. I applaud y'all for doing that. This is the first time that I've heard, because if you don't know, EA uses the Frostbite engine, and the Frostbite engine is like ultra realistic, focus on physical, whatever the case may be, just nerdy shit, right? But when you look at that in the aspects of mixed martial arts, if you put that engine on a mixed martial arts game, you got the recipe for something special. And especially if you, with that rated M rating, bro, you have the space to do whatever you want to do. It's kind of like, I'm gonna sound like real, like, I don't know, nerdy, but like, bro, like, just the idea of just the broken bones in the game, the gashed eyes, the broken legs, you know what I'm saying, broken nose, like, just the more realism they add to the game is gonna make it better. And with that rated M, you can do it. You feel me? You can break somebody's leg. You can get somebody's eye swollen, and it's gonna make every fight fun, because it's like you're gonna have to adjust the way you play, because it's like if I break my nose, my fighter's nose is broken, it's gonna be hard for me to breathe. So I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, move around, figure out how I'm going. You know, if my eye's swollen, it's going to affect my accuracy when I'm trying to hit you. If my leg is broken, I can't leg kick you. And if you know me, that leg kick is like, that's like where I see where you are, because when you fight, it's a pocket. It's like a pocket of space, right? Your fighter is right here, the other fighter is right here, And that kick is usually used to come and close that distance. But if your leg is broken, that's a target for not only your opponent, but that's a weapon you lost. So just overall, man, we get the reveal on Thursday. I'm excited for that. I'm ready to see some gameplay. But yeah, man, to end the show, we at the end. It's been 38 minutes. I done had a good time so far, man. But we got some GTA 6 news. I just want to end with some GTA 6 news that I think is going to change everything. If you thought 2K was bad as far as like $150 every year, fellas, if you got girls, if you have a girlfriend right now, within the next 2 or 3 years, you need to make sure you're on your best behavior, bro. If you don't plan on buying that game yourself, you need to make sure you're ready, because from insider gaming, again, GTA 6 is rumored to be $150 at launch. So, let me break this down for you. PS4 game is like, let me see, probably like $60 now, because the PS5 is out, right? A PS5 game is $70. 2K is $70, the standard edition, right? If you get the Kobe or you get the major deluxe edition with all the My Team stuff or whatever the case may be, that's gonna run you $150. You feel me? But we talking about from launch. We talking about we don't want 70. We want 150 out of you. And it's kind of like, this really has me excited for the game. I ain't gonna lie to you, because with the amount of time that we've had with GTA 5, it's kind of like they're expecting GTA 6 to prolong longer, to be like, to have a longer life cycle than GTA 5. So what I'm hearing is it's going to be multiple maps. It's going to be San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty City, overseas. You're going to be able to travel. It's going to be a lot of attention to detail. They done estimated that they have spent $2 billion in development for this game, and that's since 2013. So when we looking at this, we have to, fellas, get ready, because once GTA 6 comes out, it's gonna cost you a little something, but I think it's gonna be very worth it. So me, overall, I'm not really worried. When that time comes, I'll cough up, you know what I'm saying, that 150 to go ahead and get GTA 6, because if it's 150, I'd rather pay the 150 for a game that's going to change constantly versus 2K. It's the same thing every year. They're going to add the new rookies. But once 2K25 come out, I can't do nothing with this no more. So GTA 6, I definitely think it's going to be worth 150. I think the price is warranted. So we're going to see how that goes. But with that, man, we are at the end of the show. Man, I'm sorry, man. We was supposed to have a guest today, y'all. But we still was able to chop it up, just me and you. Just me and you, and I'm fine with that. I want to give a shout out to everybody that came in the Instagram Live. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, watching on YouTube the next day. You know what I'm saying, man? I would say to all the people that subscribe on YouTube, before you try to get that GTA 6, see if your girl will get it for you. See if that 150 for GTA 6. Just, you know what I'm saying, try to be on your best behavior, man. I'm just playing though. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, this has been Free Time, episode 3, season 4. Get it wherever you get your podcast, streaming the next day on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You know the drill. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can get everything PNG Media Free Time related. We're gonna get into some more things. I'm going to have a guest for y'all next week, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all have a nice night, bro. Y'all be easy.